we're back. Start again. And let's go.
War had raged through all Avantasia. The alliance of humans, elves, and dwarves fought against the evil army of the Shadows. The war had devastated the country for years upon years, and yet no one gained the advantage. And so it was that in that time of deepest despair, that an old archaeologist uncovered the location of the artifact of divine light.
Music's
The
a little
artifact could fulfill every wish,
too loud.
and thus decide the war, for one side or the other. Led by Warlock Munkus, son of Archwitch Mortroga, the Shadows hunted for the artifact. And they would have reached it first, were it not for a group of heroes who stood against them. Wilbur, the young gnome who was the first of his clan to become a mage. Ivo, the courageous elven princess from the Woodland Realm. And the Critter, a hairy creature from the Northlands, companion of the most brilliant of the heroes, Nate Bonnet, who was supposed to spend the rest of his life at the side of an elven princess, who deserved a kingdom and all the riches in the world, who should stop wasting time talking about himself in the third person. Ah!
I don't remember much about the first game. It's been years since, but I gotta change the audio and mixing it. Wow. Good music, but oh, it's so much louder than the voices. I raised the speech volume. Fine. I guess it's a real long way down.
Good, good, this is good. Although the ground is still getting closer. Part of the jetty. At least some of it survived the explosion.
Huh.
If I'm lucky, this will go all the way up to the island. But somehow I really doubt it will.
Give me a G. Come on. Okay, the mouse kind of went off of it. There you go.
Hi, Nate. How's it going?
Good. For now. Could it be that your spell didn't quite work out the way you planned?
I did tell you there were certain risks involved.
High risk. Oh, well, no big thing. Almost no harm done.
Risks? What risks?
Now, Djinn magic is a complicated affair. It's difficult to get the dose right, and when one hasn't done magic for a while, things can go a little bit wrong.
Like you killing me, for example?
Not intentionally.
Well, no big thing. Almost no harm done.
No big thing. So, now that we have a little time to kill, why don't you tell me a little something about yourself?
Oh, right. Well, yes, I came into this world in an oasis in the Umzu Desert, and at that time, I was...
Are you out of your ever-loving mind? Definitely not the time to reminisce.
Then why did you ask?
I could use some help here, Benny.
Well, you did see what happened last time I cast a spell.
Time to make up for it then. Now shake a leg.
Oh, I don't know. I might just end up making everything worse.
Worse. Stop. Reverse gravity for goodness sake. It's a spell. He's putting the disturbance on manage just fine.
Can't you just stop time? Or wings! Give me wings! How about that?
Oh, this is all terribly complicated. I really don't feel up to it today, Nate.
Benny!
Perhaps tomorrow? I really do need to think through what's happened today properly.
You get me out of the mess you got us into right now!
Please don't yell at me! I just can't take it anymore!
Benny! Ah! The state he's in, we can forget about miracles. I gotta find something easy, something even he thinks he can do.
The mouse keeps going off the screen.
A flying carpet. Is that too much to ask?
I'm not talking to you.
Why you... I'm sorry I criticized your work, Benny.
And?
And that I shook your lamp. And everything else. You meant well.
Well, all right then. I forgive you. What can I do for you?
Carpet!
A flying carpet.
Huh.
Shouldn't be too hard. Should I really dare? Am I really up to it?
Yes! What the heck? What happened here? No!
Like a Game of Thrones intro.
Welcome, Adventurer. I am the tutorial, guardian of gameplay, explainer of controls. To move a character, just click anywhere in the scene, wherever your heart desires. Well done. If you left-click an object, then your character will perform an action determined by the context. Now click on that big lever.
Where's the letter? Find. Oh. Okay.
The robot has used the lever, as this seemed logical to him. Now click the lever with your right mouse button so that the robot looks at it rather than uses it. Excellent. The robot thinks the lever is working. But if that's so, then where is the problem? That hatch over there, left-click it. The little chap seems to think they're advanced. Click on the hatch again using the left mouse button. First left-click will allow you to look, the second to use. Why? Because after a player character has looked at something, the most logical thing to do next is use it. It's quite simple. Right-click when you want to look at something, left-click in order to do whatever that character thinks is the next most sensible move. Is the machine working again? Left-click on the lever. There appears to be a new problem. Better take a closer look at the engine. Oops, that wasn't very helpful. Please pick up both gear cogs. Great work. Items you pick up will go into your inventory. To open and close your inventory, to use an inventory item, use one of the gears in your inventory with Excellent. Now the second gear. Perfect. You'd better oil the engine before you switch the machine. That should do it. Time to crank it up. You can examine objects in the inventory in more detail. Pick up the damaged figure and the toolbox. Then when you are in the inventory, right-click.
I play enough point-and-click games that I don't need to do a tutorial. That's a cute tutorial.
Great! You found a few items in the toolbox. You can use these items or try to repair the figure. Well done. Now place the figure back in its rightful place on the balcony of the castle and start the machine. Excellent. You are now ready. One last tip before I do. If you press the spacebar, all interesting objects in the scene will be displayed. Good luck with your adventures in the Book of Unwritten Tales 2.
I'm worried about you.
Oh, Mother.
It's been several
What's
years
wrong
since I played
with you?
Book of Unwritten Tales 1.
Everything's fine.
I don't remember it much.
No, you don't look well at all. Positively rotund.
Rotund.
It is unseemly for an elf princess to cope with her frustrations by comfort eating. If you carry on like this, you won't fit into your wedding dress.
I don't have any intentions of marrying anytime soon.
Oh, darling, we've been through that already. Prince Lalilos is going to be arriving next week. You will like him. He's charming and... Look, he sent us a picture of himself and his sister.
Which of the two is the sister?
The elf nobility, unfortunately, has not got any unshaven Neanderthals to offer. You'll just have to get used to that.
Probably not inbred.
I don't have the slightest interest in that person. Not anymore.
You are at the heart of the Elf Kingdom, in the castle of your family where you belong. No one here should be sad, tired, or fat. I only want what's best for you, Ivo.
I think I've sensed the art is in things quite nice. Music's still a little overbearing. I'm gonna turn that down. She locked me in. Have you actually seen that, Prince? I'm not really feeling all cheap.
I didn't want to tell Mother, but I've not been feeling too well lately, Cheap. I'd say the same thing, but we elves hardly ever get ill. Yeah, you've got a point there. I spent almost a year in the human world and they have some very strange ideas about personal hygiene. Well, I thought perhaps it's a curse. Oh, no, you won't. I'll take care of it myself. Mother would make a state occasion out of it. I don't know either, but I'm sure there's a medical book down in the library. No, rest is not what I need just now. And you really think it's appropriate for me to be locked in here too, eh? Yes, only what's best for me. She always says that.
I've seen Prince. Blah, blah, blah.
Have you seen this prince? A vain river elf who's only interested in topping up his tan. I'm to spend hundreds of years in the company of someone I don't love? Huh, not me. And how? She will try anything and everything. Nothing's more important to her than getting me married off.
For myself.
When I was out there with the humans, it was the first time that I had the feeling I could determine my own destiny. Yes, it was dangerous. Doesn't that go with the territory? A life without risk, that is so... Oh, you don't understand. If I could, I would go right now. You want to stop me? Just like last time. I'll go down to the library and look up what's wrong with me, completely alone, just like a grown-up elf. I'm not going to be stopped, neither by locked doors nor by you.
So, yeah, press space highlights interactive white space.
Mother's locked me in, as if I was 200 again. Since I secretly escaped from the elf burrow last year, she's taken to guarding me closer than ever before. The door's locked and can only be opened from the other side. I'll have to find another way down to the library. My jewellery box serves as a podium for the vertically challenged narcissist. Could you please move aside? I want to get into my jewellery box. He doesn't listen to me anymore since I almost caused him to be roasted by fireballs, decapitated by swords and eaten by monsters. Mother has permitted him to disregard any of my orders that go against her wishes. His interpretation of this can be liberal. Cheap Cheap likes to look at his reflection. He strikes a pose and then tries to impress himself with it, and succeeds most of the time. Cheep Cheep survived our past adventure, even if he'll insist on exactly the opposite. He told everyone for months how he defended me from all the evils of the world and then only just escaped with his tail feathers intact. Hey, Cheep.
I get the least I can get to my jewelry box. You seem like your reflection
Most
a
birds
lot.
love a mirror because they believe they can see another bird in it. You just love them because you can't get enough of yourself. I would be a bit less unbearable if I wasn't incarcerated in here. See you later.
We can change
Yes,
the
of
reflection.
course I'll be a good girl and stay in my room. Hey, Cheep Cheep, I need the mirror. I only need it for a minute. Oh, he's not budging, and his pecs can be damn painful when he puts his mind to it.
And it changed the reflection.
I had my birthday during the few weeks that we spent living together here in the Elf Burrow. That was a big deal for Wilbur. He couldn't understand that the significance of birthdays tends to fade after a few hundred years. He insisted on making me a present. He sat in the corner for days knitting me this hat with his little gnarled fingers. Wilbur didn't know that Mother looked at the hat with so much revulsion that I didn't take it off for days. Wilbur just beamed with pride. I've been sleeping badly of late, and sometimes I feel tired all day long. I've never been ill, but something isn't right. I hope I'll find the answer in the library. When Nate and the others lived here, Nate often made intimations that were to do with the bed. I don't know why, but I know Mother wasn't happy about it. She moved him to a guarded guest room at the other end of the castle. And Cheep Cheep was ordered never to leave my side. The times when the others were here in the Elf Burrow, those were the best that I've ever had. The critter could never keep still when I was drawing him. He was always pulling faces and trying to make me laugh. Wilbur was so excited. He loves elves and our stories. He spent hours sitting with my father and listening to him talk about bygone ages. Complete idiot. Fresh water from the Spring Brook, the little stream that rises here in the castle and provides for the whole valley. People come from far and wide to drink it. No, I'm not thirsty. Normally this bowl is full of fruit and nuts. Presumably Mother has decided I should be without such things whilst I am, as she says, positively rotund. Normally this bowl is full of, presumably Mother... A beautiful red flower. It was only put here a few days ago. Sometimes Mother orders a new plant that looks nice in my room, and then it's replaced and planted in the garden. A delicate, sweet scent. It reminds me of a wood over in the west where I learnt to use a bow and arrow. An envoy from the Far East gave me this musical box years ago. Wherever I go, I always have its tune in my head. A guard with a spear and shield, and like all elven figures, immaculate. Elven craftsmen have centuries to perfect their artistic skills. Only when everything is always perfect, then isn't everything always the same and somehow unimportant? We have many exotic plants here in the palace, but sunflowers are my
Ghostbusters.
favourite.
Is that some kind of elf music band or something?
Apologies, I need a few of your seeds.
They're away the bird.
I've still got some seeds and I used to look into the woods for days on end, imagining what the world beyond would be like. Now I know, and I think I miss it. I've seen much suffering. Here in the Elf Burrow, everything... One can almost see the... Mother would never forgive me, and there...
I should put this here.
Since Nate left without saying so much as a word, Mother seized the opportunity to marry me off to a proper elf prince. So far, I've managed to frighten off every candidate successfully. Hey, Cheap, you hungry? Fancy some delicious sunflower seeds? You want the seeds? I want to get out of this room. Could we not come to some arrangement? I know that royal servants are unbribable, but sunflower seeds? Then perhaps not. Cheap, would it be possible for you to stop admiring yourself for 2 seconds and move over to stuffing your beak instead? Don't say I never look after you. Pearls, precious stones, sparkling earrings and necklaces. All the stuff I have to wear at official functions. If it were up to Mother, I would have trunkfuls of this stuff, and a wing of the castle would be my wardrobe. She just can't understand why Pa and I aren't into this sort of thing. Pearls, precious stone. Goodness.
Here's all I needed.
Hey, Chief.
Oh, do me a favor.
Oh, missing your mirror? Well, sooner or later you won't be able to stand it anymore. I'm not horrible. I just don't want to be locked in my room like a child. See you later. Yes, of course I'll be a good girl and stay in my room. It may not be befitting of a princess, but this isn't the first time that I've climbed into the garden via the balcony, and it won't be the last. I'm just doing my morning exercise. I wasn't going to. Of course, I could just ignore him and climb down into the garden anyway. He would, however, make a beeline to Mother and tell on me, and who knows what the two of them would cook up for me. The plant would survive, I'm sure, but at the moment... The box, as well as its hinges and lock, has been fashioned from one piece of tree root. A masterful piece of workmanship, just like everything else here in the Elf Burrow. The plant would survive. It's an age-old game. I hide his mirror and he pretends that he doesn't care. But sooner or later he'll get... It's my mirror.
I'm trapped inside the music
Hey.
box.
Withdrawal symptoms? I just need the music box a minute. You don't need to turn your head away from your beautiful reflection for 1 second. Come on. Shh. He's gone to sleep. It got dark and he's simply... No matter.
Of course, you did
Can
that
now
right.
enjoy a few moments of peace.
Escape.
Let's go. As expected, no one here. My parents are in the throne room ruling the lands. Or rather, Mother is. There's only a little water left in the bird bath. Cheep Cheep always says that it evaporates quickly. I, however, think that the constant need to replenish the water is more down to his unbridled joyous splashing and not insignificant body mass.
Okay.
A fairly small, unattractive tree.
Huh. I'd like to see how attractive you'd look if someone disturbed you on the pot in the morning.
You mean...
Anyway, what can I do for you, my little beauty?
That's right. I'm going to mother again.
Mother put me on a diet this morning so that I'll look perfect for my wedding.
Oh, everything has to be perfect for her. No such thing in nature, of course. Or rather, everything is perfect if you just let nature run its course.
You tell that to Mother.
I have, many times. She'd be very clever in some things, but very daft concerning that.
Now then, she is the queen.
I'm old enough to be able to call a spade a spade. Spade, gardener.
I
Get
just
it?
had a message I had to check.
The garden always looks fantastic, Arbor.
Thank you. It's a girt load of work. People always think elf gardens are fabulous by their very nature. But you need a mighty good gardener.
You have got green fingers.
Ah, that's just moss, my dear. Happens if you spend all day grubbing around in the earth and don't wash your hands properly in the evenings.
That's...
You tree shepherds do a great job.
Tree shepherds? The trees just stand there. What do they need a shepherd? However, I quite fancy one of those shepherd dogs. Hey, Rex, do you want to be my shepherd dog? Nah, my darling. I'm a gardener. Nothing more, nothing less.
What are you up to today, then? Got much on?
Oh, the usual. You know, it never rains in the Elfburrow, but the flowers need their water, so I water them every day.
Ah, the curse of good weather.
The weather isn't the only thing which isn't right. I've been here 30 years, and for 30 years we've had autumn.
Time passes differently in the Elfburrow. Slower.
Well, that's why everyone grows to be ancient here, obviously. But if we had a bit of normal weather in the usual seasons, there'd be a lot more variety here.
Right?
You and Father, you get along well, don't you?
No one understands more about nature than him, that's for sure. But I don't often ask him for help. Thinking has never got a field dug, if you get my drift.
He's just more of a theorist.
The mud on your feet, the smell of fresh earth, all that joy and life. And he's missing out on the lot by just sitting around up there and doing nubbit.
I have to get on.
Yup, got a bit to do myself. I just don't know what's wrong with that plant over there. Your mother got a whole heap of flowers given to her the other day from a fairy delegation. All of them took good and strong, just not that one.
Perhaps it needs a special type of soil or something.
Well, anything's possible. If I don't think of something soon, I'll have to ask your father. He can have a little chat with her and she might tell him what's up.
If you're going in, it'd be nice if you didn't tell my mother that you saw me out here.
Oh, you playing hooky again? My lips are sealed.
Hi, Arbor.
Oh, Ivo!
And look what the plant.
Have you found out what's wrong with the plant yet?
Nope, I haven't. Everything looks proper. Earth is moist and nutrient-rich. The sun is shining. Difficult case. I'd quite like to smoke my morning pipe now, but... first work, then play.
See you later, Arbor.
See ya!
A lovely spot, so long as the bees who have built their hive directly above the bench don't disturb you. It doesn't look very well at all. It's unusual for flowers to hang their heads in this garden. Normally they blossom in our good earth, not to mention the power of Arbor's green fingers. If Arbor doesn't know what's wrong with the plant, then it's serious. As long as this plant isn't doing well, Arbor won't rest. Not knowing what's wrong with it will eat away at him. I don't know the names of all the plants in the garden. Grandmother knows them all, which is probably down to the fact that it was her that gave many of the plants their names a few thousand years ago. Shite beerwood, sweat tea, dodder flower, fat hen, bistort, stink root. We no longer invite her to family gatherings. No idea what kind of bush this is, but its red fruit looks very yummy. If I learnt one thing in the woods, it's that you shouldn't eat anything you don't know, regardless. No idea.
Wait, hold on.
I don't know what I could... This is Mother's mirror. It's said that you can see into the furthest corners of the land and know what's happening in every part of the world. At the moment, it's no more than a shallow bowl. The water's missing. Mother pours water from various jugs into this bowl. She did this almost daily in times gone by. Ever since the mirror started to hesitate with the answer a few months ago, she hasn't been... Mother thought it was unseemly of the bees to build their hive in our garden. I don't think she could get used to the thought that she would no longer be the only queen here. I convinced Mother not to have the hive removed, and however, should she be stung, then the hive stays in. The bees are buzzing around the hive quite merrily. A handy smooth stone, Arbor's sheepdog. Arbor's pot, literally. The earth looks dark and rich with worms squirming around in it. Presumably... There's only a little water left in the bird bath. Cheep Cheep always says that it evaporates quickly. I, however, think that the constant need to replenish the water is more down to his unbridled joyous splashing and not insignificant body mass. There's only a... I, however, think that the constant need to replenish... That's a weeping willow. It appears to be so content it looks anything but sad. The willow is stretching its branches up high into the sky with one part of the waterfalls already lying in its shadow. If it continues to grow like that, it'll shade half the garden. There are reeds and water lilies growing in the pond. Naturally, they were planted there. They don't grow in the wild so high up the mountains. I can't think of any use for a water lily, but a reed could come in handy. The spring brook emerges up there. The waterfall and I have been neighbours for so long that I don't really hear it anymore. Shame that the tree's casting more and more shade. Before, the sunlight used to dance on it. That leads up to the throne room. Mother will be conducting the affairs of state with an iron will, whilst Pa leans against the tree of life. The reed from the garden pond. It's like a hollow pipe. Well, pipes are normally hollow. I don't really know much about reeds or pipes, but if I'm not mistaken, then those things are called pipe cleaners. Isn't there a turn of phrase like stirring up a bee's nest? I think the saying's, as long as the bees are wide awake and buzzing, I don't... If it were possible to hit fish with stones, who'd need a rod? There's only a little water left in the... I, however, think that the constant... The earth looks dark and rich with worms squirming around in it. I'm going to have to take a few more of your seeds, but I promise this is the last... The plant... Cheep Cheep has eaten... And that's... Even if the earth is really well fertilised, Arbor might have something to say if he had to share his pot with a sunflower. No idea what kind of bush this is, but if I learnt one thing... If Arbor doesn't know what's wrong with the plant, then it's serious. As long as this plant... I don't know what I could ask him right now. I don't have any time to rest, and... If Arbor doesn't know what's wrong with the... I convinced me. However, should she be... The bees are buzzing around the hive. As long as this plant... If Arbor does... I convinced... However, should she be stung... Arbor's obviously concerned about his flower. Isn't there a turn of phrase like, as long as... The bees are buzzing around... Since Nate left without saying so much as a word, Mother seized the opportunity to marry me. So far I've managed... A delicate, sweet scent. It reminds... A delicate... I hope he'll sleep a while. Fresh water from the... People come from... No. Fresh water from the spring... People come... I could put any number of things into... Cheap as... I could put... The... Pearls, precious stones, sparkling earrings and necklaces. Goodness knows what... Hopefully I'll find a book. Only how am I going to get down? The earth looks dark. There's only a little water left in the bird. I, however, think that the constant... This is Mother's mirror. At the moment, it's no more than a shallow... Mother pours water from... She did this almost daily, and ever since the mirror...
You able to interact with anything else?
I don't know what I can... Cheap has eaten every last seed from... I could put any number of things. Cheap. I could put any... No.
Interact with anything here?
That's a weeping willow. The willow is stretching its branches. One part of the waterfall's already lying in... There are elf-made... Perhaps the water really does have magic. The waterfall. Shame that before the sun... There are elf-made ponds and streams. Perhaps the water really does have magical medicinal properties.
I can use it on the plant, but I don't have a flush.
There are elf-made... Perhaps the water really does have magical medicinal properties. Even so, it can't protect me from what's going to...
Is this a different area? Oh. Huh. That's why I was stuck. Alright, come good there. Go set the Tesseract. That's the cube from, Portal.
There's a selection of cubes here. For a while, it was all the rage at official state visits to give geometric presents.
That thing in the middle looks like a cloud sword.
Each cube is
7.
significant and comes from a different country, but I never really paid much attention. Swords of all the idiots who... It's become less frequent over the last few centuries. Humans and dwarves appear to have learnt their lesson. This flower clearly is one of the more exotic of the palace's flowers. It comes from a country in the deep south beyond the deserts. It's said that the flower of this plant used to be sent as a declaration of war, or if one wanted to deprive someone of all sense. Why do so many people hate this flower? Perhaps it hasn't... Now that explains why this flower's classified as a weapon in 24 countries.
Huh. Empty pockets.
It's said that a ruler in the north wanted to build himself a throne out of all the swords of conquered enemies. Unfortunately, he died after only conquering one enemy when he refused to heed all the warnings and sat on the throne. It's said that a ruler in the north wanted to build... Unfortunately... It's said that a ruler in the north wanted to build himself... Unfortunately,
First sword was Game of Thrones. This one might be a reference to something. I don't know what. It's a Minecraft sword.
It's said that a ruler in the north... Unfortunate... It's said that a ruler in the...
Not sure if Trey, that's part of the puzzle or not.
A present from one of the northern kingdoms. Strange folk up there. The men climb mountains and shout foul-mouthed things in dragon's language at the dragons. I think it's some kind of test of courage. Helmets with horns. Cool, but... Goldsmithing, masonry, and a book about carpentry.
Looks cute.
Like all books in this library, it's a guest present. The logic behind this must be... Those elves, they have so many beautiful statues and items of wood. They'll be really interested in this. Why don't we present them with a book about it? What they don't realise, though, is that if we're interested in a subject, then we'll already know pretty much all there is to know about the matter, and the book's of no use to us whatsoever.
Take one of the books.
Working with wood. There's a master whittler down in the valley. I've enjoyed watching him in the past. He carves animal figures so real that humans and dwarfs believe that they are actually animals turned into wood. This one's more about interiors, making furniture and the like. Plane the wood down by a pixie's thumb and saw the board into 2 equal length pieces. Who knows what that might be good for?
This is solely from Monsters,
Several
Inc.
books about animals, an atlas, a book about humans. Actually, more of a brochure. And what's this? Fishing for the moderately talented. I haven't really got the time to... There must be a medical book for elves. There must...
It's a dragon eggs from Game of Thrones, I think.
What have we got here, then? Aha! Ah! Almanac of Elf Medicine. That's what I've been looking for.
Ow! Be careful, if you please.
A speaking book?
An ill elf?
Hello, do I look ill?
Ill elf. So I look ill. What's wrong with me?
Take it easy, young one thing at a time.
Young one. I'm older than you.
And you look it too.
I do?
No, of course not, and I can also see no illness. But the mere fact that I've been fished out from the back of the shelf for the first time in centuries tells me that something is wrong.
I haven't been feeling too well recently. I'm sleeping badly and have no appetite. I know that elves are very seldom ill, but if it's not that, then it must be some kind of magic or curse.
Seldom ill does not actually mean never ill. Elves can, for instance, suffer from a broken heart.
Oh, please.
It is one of the most common causes of death amongst beautiful princesses.
Oh, it must be something else.
Sensitive elves can sometimes suffer from the pains of the world. There are a variety of ear infections, and of course it could also be lupus. But I think it is something else.
Like what?
To be completely certain, you must mix a potion and drink it.
Are you serious?
Very.
Are you of your diagnosis? Are you really a qualified
Are you
doctor?
actually qualified to make a diagnosis? And why can you talk?
I am a magical medicine book that actually serves as an answer to both of your questions.
I've never encountered a talking book before.
Of course not. I am the only talking book here. That's the problem. In the magical library in Seastone, all books can talk. Things really get cooking there, believe me.
They were given to us or sometime
You were
earlier.
probably given to us by someone from Seastone, right?
Right, I was a complete idiot and actually volunteered. As I am a book about elf medicine, I didn't get much to do in Seastone. I thought to myself, hey, this is your chance to get some practical experience. Wrong.
Yeah, we elves don't get ill much.
And more than that, you don't actually have much time for books. This is the center of the elven kingdom, and just look at how paltry this library is.
We don't have much use for books. We sing songs about times past, and many of us were there at the time.
Then that's probably also the reason why so many elves stand around in white.
What do you mean?
Allow me to elucidate. Over the years, the songs you elves sing will be changed and adapted, a little here, a little there. This editorial process is nothing more than refined elvish propaganda, presenting them as intelligent and morally impeccable. And who can prove otherwise? There are no other witnesses and there are no books.
So what else do I have?
I demand to know this instant what sort of illness I have.
Sometimes it's better not to know.
I can take it.
A placebo only works when one doesn't know that it is a placebo. Make the potion and then come back and drink it. Then we'll be sure.
Be lupus after all, I could.
And if it's lupus?
Have you been bitten by a wolf of late?
No.
Then it can't be lupus. No, I'm pretty sure it's something else.
Depression.
Now, that potion, drink it, and then I can tell you more.
All right, this potion, what goes in it?
It is very easy to make. You need to pound together the green fruit of a metis bush, a spoonful of honey and a red herring, and then mix with water into a viscous potion.
Oh, that sounds revolting.
It's medicine. It isn't supposed to taste.
And if I drink it, I'll be well again?
We will then at least know what is wrong.
This...
Haven't a clue. I'm just a
Precious
book
one, I
and
already
have
saw.
spent years sandwiched between dusty hymnals and a tome of revolt.
A red herring. Are you sick?
Of course. Red herrings are known all over the land as particularly useful fish. Their uses in the areas of medicine, cuisine, and literature.
All right, so I've got a... What are the potion's ingredients again?
Red herring.
The
and honey.
green fruit of a metis bush, a spoonful of honey. You have to put everything into a bowl with a bit of water and pound it until it forms.
Thank you.
Normally, it's me that ends patient consultation. You are only a princess, but I...
A great example of the variety of our world's fauna. Some of the ideas Mother Nature has can be quite off the wall. Sometimes it's difficult to believe that some creatures in our world have developed naturally. They look as if some bored artist has dreamt them up. A few years ago, this dragon was causing a whole lot of grief. A bounty was put on its head, and all heroes of the land were encouraged to hunt it down. 40 brave warriors penetrated its lair and slew it. They brought the head to the palace where it was displayed in triumph. The strange thing was that a bit later more adventurers came carrying an identical head. Then more and more heroes arrived.
It's fake. Oh, just it's back here.
The door can be opened easily from the outside. If it was up to me, it would stay open. I could use a spoonful... Oh, sounds revol... I could use the bowl to prepare the Oh, sounds revol... Water's the easiest ingredient to find. Water's the easiest... That should do it. The medicine book reckoned that it should be a viscous potion. A book about woodcrafts, sanding, cutting, hammering, all that sort of stuff. I will only deploy this flower in self-defense, or when it could prove amusing. A delicate sweet. There's only a little water. I, however, think that... No idea what kind of bush this is. If I learn... Look, I found this book in the library.
Woodcrafts? Why are you showing me that?
I thought it might interest you.
I don't like horror stories.
Horror stories?
Wood that has been clamped into a revolving monstrosity to be whittled down layer by layer to the core? What do you call that then?
Sorry, never looked at it like that.
Branches sawed off, boards nailed together, wood treated with chemicals. Oh, sick stuff. Very well, Your Royal Highness. Huh, how old are you again?
Hi, Arba.
Oh, Ivo.
If I were ill and needed to make some medicine, then you'd help me with that, wouldn't you?
Ill? You're an elf. Elves don't get ill.
But if I were...
Oh, come on. Now tell me. How can I help you?
Do we have a lettuce bush in the garden
the one
here?
with the red stuff on it.
Her, that bush over yonder.
But that fruit's red.
And what colour do you expect then?
Green. Are they only green when they're not ripe?
Nah, they're blue then. They're green when the bush senses danger.
Pardon?
The lettuce bush has exceptionally delicious sweet fruit. But if it thinks it's in danger, then they go green and very sour. Call it a defence mechanism.
Ah, and the bush only has red fruit because it has nothing to be afraid of here.
That's right.
What was that with the lettuce?
If the...
I'm kind of scared, I guess. Do you have any idea how I could get my hands on some?
Do you know how I could get my hands on some honey?
Try the kitchens.
I prefer not to wander through the castle.
Of course.
Would that beehive in the tree over there be of any help?
Oh, I'd be careful with that. The bees defend their honey and can give you a nasty sting.
Couldn't they be distracted or tricked in some way?
Beekeepers wear protective clothes and use smoke that calms the bees. But I don't have any beekeeper kit here. I just let the bees keep their honey and they pollinate my flowers. That's how we've always done it.
I often see you fishing. Could you lend me your rod?
Of course, if you bring it back in one piece. What's up?
I was convinced that I would have to make my own fishing rod or that you'd ask me to collect a variety of mystical items in exchange for it.
Why? It's only a rod.
Thanks.
Well, everything needs to be complicated.
There's some... About the...
Art.
There's some... See you later.
See ya.
I'm scared.
If the bush had a heart, it would have skipped a few beats. Thanks.
So I just need to catch the red herring. A literal red herring, right?
I don't have a clue about fishing, but I'll try.
Not have any bait fishing skills here.
Just as I expected. Nothing. On the other hand, somehow I have the feeling that I now know what I'm doing.
Oh. Like parodying an RPG or something.
I guess that I can just practice until... Or I could try to speed things up by learning more about...
Must be a book on it, right?
That leads up to... Mother will be... The Biggest Plant Book of Avantasia by Charles Men, a standard reference book that Arbor always used to consult every now and then. However, he insists that he now... Perhaps I... Giant beans, also known as magic beans, are very rare. They are the fastest growing plant variety known. Because of the beans' high costs, they are almost exclusively used by the military, for instance, in storming high-walled castles. Killer tomatoes are the most devious of the meat-eating plants. Disguised as tomatoes, they hunt on allotments for defenseless humans.
Meat-eating plants.
This plant reminds me of the one that Arbor's having problems with at the moment. Love lily. The love lily enters into an enduring relationship with another plant very early in its life, which frequently lasts its lifetime. If the partner plant dies, then the love lily does not normally survive the separation. Mandrake should only be cultivated by experienced gardeners. The cry of the baby mandrake can kill anyone within 20 metres instantaneously. The wood of intelligent apple trees is often used for the equally intelligent and beautifully shaped living accessories of all types. For a long time, botanists thought that it may be possible to find other intelligent fruit varieties. So far, the search has proved fruitless. Guard plants, Vigilia audriensis, belong to the oldest domesticated plants of humankind. They have been especially valued in times of famine as they do not require as much food as, for instance, dogs. They can sometimes develop an unhealthy taste for blood. Baritones. Steel magnolias look like normal magnolias, but are some of the toughest plants on Earth. They can be softened using tragic women's stories and subsequently may be picked. The tree of wrath bears fruit several times a year. These grapes of wrath are bad-tempered beasts that can lay whole areas to rack and ruin. Perhaps there are a few practical hints. A lucrative season with a successful technique doesn't just depend on the type and quality of your tackle, but also on a really good spot. It doesn't matter whether you jig, dip, toddle or feed. Wobblers, twisters, spinners, blinkers, poppers, jigs, jerks and live bait must be presented in the most enticing ways possible. I haven't the faintest idea what all that means. I presume my fishing talents are not quite advanced enough to enable me to use this book. No, I need a bit more practical experience. Ugh, that fruit smells really sour. Pity. As suspect, but they always... A classic.
Huh.
A classic. A classic. A classic. Pity.
I forgot to send me the session collection.
Red herrings are... Pity. A classic. Perhaps I have enough knowledge to now understand the book. Right. Aha, oh, twice in a row, then, that was educational.
Nice. Sorry.
Nothing. A classic. A classic. At last. Now I can tick the red herring off my list.
I need to get the honey somehow.
Thanks for the sacrifice, little fish. This plant reminds me of the one that Arbor's having problems with at the moment. Love lily. The love lily enters into an enduring relationship with another plant very early in its life, which frequently lasts its lifetime. If the partner plant dies, then the love lily does not normally survive the separation. Lovely. The love lily. If the partner... Hi.
Well,
What are the...
the green, you have to put every...
Thank you for...
That's what...
Hi,
Oh,
I think I know the name of your patient. It's a love lily.
you don't look particularly loved up.
That's exactly the problem. Love lilies enter into a lifelong partnership with another plant. And if they're separated...
Then they let their heads droop. Good theory. But the fairies know their plants. They'd never have given us a love lily without its partner.
It just hasn't grown yet.
About the...
Art.
There's some... See you later.
See ya.
I really should... I should tell Mother how her daughter... The worms are happy and fat. The earth in the bonsai pot seems to have done them good. Hi, Arbor.
Oh,
About...
Art.
There's some... See you later.
See ya.
The worms provide a great lure and should increase my fishing success rate, whatever that is. I always hang one onto the hook before I cast the line out. The worms provide... I always...
Should be doing that with how they catch the herring faster.
That's a weeping willow. It appears to be so content it looks anything but... Perhaps the tree would like to... One can easily fell a tree with the help of an axe and wedges. In my experience, nothing beats a sharp saw guided by two men. Slish, slash! The teeth of the saw bite into the wood, and in a few minutes, even the largest tree tumbles to the ground. After this, the smaller branches and the bark are removed from the trunk using hatchets. Once the tree is sawn into several pieces, it's ready to be transported away. Oh, I'm so sorry. It'll be all right. You'll see.
Rainbow.
Hey, there's a rainbow. Since the willow's branches are hanging down for some inexplicable reason, the sun is able to shine directly onto the waterfall again and is now producing a pretty rainbow over the garden. Nate once said that rainbows never touch the earth. Wilbur wouldn't believe him. Let's see who was right. Nate once said that rainbows... Let's see who was... Hi, Arbor.
Oh,
About...
Art.
There's... See you later.
See ya.
Nate once said that Let's see who was... Nate once said that rainbows never touch the... Let's see who was... This is Mother's mirror. It's said that you can see into the furthest corners of the land, and at the moment it's no more than... Mother pours water from... She did this almost ever since the mirror... Isn't there a turn of... as long as the...
It's a beautiful bee's nest.
There's only a little water left in the bird bath. I, however, think that the constant... Hey, there's... Since the willow's branches... Others will judge whether it was worth trawling. The only thing I can say in my defence is, that is what... Simply beautiful. Clear water that tumbles through the air and spreads a fine, refreshing... There appears to be an amazing collection of stuff accumulated in the... I wonder if there's any... I've got what I need, but this is so much fun. And perhaps I'll have a bit of luck catching other interesting things in the pond. A classic. The worms provide a great... I always hang one... A classic. A fishing hat, which not so long ago I thought was extremely hideous. But now... I am the master of all rods, the ruler of the river and the goddess of the water! And what's more, I'm looking good. That's me and fishing done. I've reached my peak.
Yeah, nice. I'm gonna save. Not because I didn't think specialists. I haven't saved in a while.
I think I fished enough. Anyone unfamiliar with magical... Others simply... There's only a little however. It's said that a ruler in the north wanted to build himself a throne out of all the swords of conquered enemies. Unfortunately. It's said that a ruler in the north wanted... Hi.
Well,
What what are the...
The green fruit of a lettuce bush, a spoonful of honey, and a red herring. You have to put everything into a bowl with a bit of water and pound it until it forms.
Alright. And then
Thank you.
That's
honey.
The wood of intelligent apple trees is often used for the equally intelligent and beautifully shaped living accessories of all types. For a long time, botanists thought that it may be possible to find other intelligent... The tree of wrath bears fruit several times a year. These grapes of... Steel magnolias look like normal magnolias, but are some of the toughest... They can be softened using tragic women's stories and subsequently may be picked. They have... I convinced Mother. However, the bees are buzzing around the hive quite merrily. This is Mother's mirror. At the moment, I have to find the love lily's companion. The fairies would have known that it wouldn't have been able to survive without its... I have to find the... Hi, Arbor.
What you got there? Be that the hat of a master fisher?
Yep, pulled it out of the pond.
But I've been trying for years to hook one of those.
Well, talent will out.
That ain't be talent. That be pure luck. Mappin'. Sooner or later, old Arbor will get some luck too.
Hi.
Oh!
About...
Ar-
There's... See you later.
See ya!
Hi, Arbor.
Oh! Ar-
There's... See you later.
See ya!
Nate once said that... Let's see who was right. I have to find the lovely... Do you need a couple of big fat ones?
No thanks.
There are many magical clothes in this world which strengthen the powers. However, the rule of thumb is, the more useful the garment...
I'm just taking that off because it's just a feature of the game.
Hi, Arb.
Oh!
About...
Ar-
There's some... See you later.
See ya!
There are many magical clothes in this world which strengthen... However, the rule... Hi, Arb.
Oh!
See you later.
See ya!
Nate once said, let's see. Nate once said that, let's see. Hi, Arb.
Oh, I've...
About the...
Ar-
There's some... See you later.
See ya! Very well, Your Royal Highness. How old are you again?
Isn't there a turn of phrase, as long as the bees are wide awake and buzzing? Hi, Arbor. See you later.
See ya!
This flower was given to us by the fairies, just like the love lily down. I bet they belong. I've got a flower.
And?
Yes. Look.
Ha ha ha! You did well, girl.
It would appear so.
You snivelling, girl. You all right?
No. Yes. I don't know.
Well then, I think I've earned myself a little rest now.
That's Arbor's little spade. He always leaves his stuff.
There's a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow.
A pot of gold. And no grumpy leprechaun.
I'm rich now because
A
she's
pot of
already
gold will
rich.
be accepted
Princess.
anywhere as payment. The pipe smoke seems to have calmed them down a bit. The smoke from Arbor's pipe seems to be calming the bee.
Hey now, you all right there?
Sorry.
Well, I'm not happy about this destruction of nature. Not unless I get half of that there honey.
I don't need any more. The rest is for you.
Oh, that be good stuff. But that's enough. The bees need a bit too.
You're having...
What?
I don't need your spade anymore. I've put it over there.
Ah, that's great. And you've dug a lovely hole too, right in the middle of my lawn.
Ah,
Oh, what the heck. I'll plant it with some.
you shouldn't. It's not healthy.
No lungs?
Don't you think it's a bit weird and warped to smoke yourself?
Yeah, I know. I'm terrible.
Do you sometimes miss your old life and the world out there?
Ah, it's comfortable here, to be sure.
And
Well, if you're bored, then what?
me? Well, I'm the princess. And Mother's scared that something might happen to me out there. And to be honest, she's probably right.
Well, of course something could happen to you. And what's it called? Life. That's what. You fall over, you get up, you laugh, you... Well, how can one enjoy the sun?
I have to get on. Don't work.
That I...
About 1 spoon of honey. I'm pretty sure that there's never been anything so utterly revolting concocted in the Elf Burrow ever. Oh, I hope this is some kind of joke. Hi.
Well,
The potion's ready, but you don't seriously expect me to drink it, do you?
you must.
Cheap, I'm so... Yes, I know, but... This, medicine. Well, I did tell you that I wasn't feeling well, and the medicine book here thinks it could be something serious.
She has to drink it, the sour metis fruit, sweet honey and salty fish. That should give us an answer.
drink or something?
Oh, it looks revolting.
It is medicine. It's not supposed to taste nice. That's right. Down to the last drop.
Not as bad as I was expecting. In actual fact, it's quite tasty. I could definitely drink another glass of that.
Congratulations, Ivo. You are pregnant.
Huh? Uh-oh. Should really get it out of Nate.
No. That is completely impossible. You must be wrong. Surely it's a misdiagnosis.
You are an elf and say that potion is quite tasty. I could definitely drink another glass of that. That's raging hormones talking.
I don't have any hormones. Cheat, no. No, the book has made a mistake. I cannot be pregnant. I've never stood in the divine water with Nate on Midsummer's Night singing the Song of Life. Why? How do humans do it? They do what?
Elves and humans can have children together, but it's not possible without sex.
You see? We never had sex. At least not to my knowledge.
But the diagnosis is crystal clear.
Let's just pretend that I am pregnant. There must be some explanation, rational or otherwise.
If we discount the possibility that the child was conceived by natural means, which would certainly appear to be the case here, then that leaves us with just the unconventional conception methods. Did you, perhaps, make some kind of pact with a goblin regarding the child? Child in exchange for gold or a kingdom, for example?
No.
Has a god in the guise of a bull appeared to you in your dreams? Any angels been having a word with you?
No.
Have any stars fallen from the heavens recently?
No, not that I'm aware of.
Then that just leaves magic, or a curse. But unfortunately, that is not my area of expertise.
I wish it was so cheap, but my feeling is that the book is right. I am pregnant. One thing's certain. Mother must never find out about this. I don't know either. Do you think that my tummy will start to show? Oh. I'm not sure how, and I'm not sure why, but it would appear that I'm pregnant. And as all other possibilities have been eliminated, then it must be a curse that's responsible. That is fantastic! No, of course I didn't mean it like that, but just think. Me, cursed. That sounds like an adventure. Totally obvious what we need to do now. We ask Archmage Alistair. He's the wisest magician in the realm of man, and he's a friend. He'll be able to tell us what it means. Oh, no, you don't. You remember who was meant to be looking after me so that nothing happens to me, don't you? Alistair's sure to have the answers. We'll have to track him down in the Mage Tower in Seastone. Only, how are we going to get there? Seastone is days away from here. Oh yeah, saying fly is all well and good. Are you going to teach me quickly then? No, we need a fast mode of transport. And then there's the small matter of the Border Watch. Their longbows can take out a fly's eye at 400 metres, and they will shoot if said fly should dare to set foot in or leave the woodland realm without permission. You don't by any chance know the password that the Border Watch use? Typical. That's exactly the problem. Mother chooses a new password every single day, and there's no way I'll get it out of her. Oh, why don't you know the password? You normally know everything. Hey, know-it-all. Mother's mirror. It knows more than you. It must know the password. If we work as a team, we should be able to cast a little light on the matter cheap. After all, if it is a curse, then I'm the victim, not the perpetrator. Well, yes, I know that. She'll blame us whatever happens. But it's best for us to have some answers rather than just presenting her the facts, don't you think? Transport and the password. Hi.
Well,
You were interrupted just now when you were going to tell me about sex.
indeed, someone is of the opinion that a princess does not need to know about such things.
Oh, come on, tell me.
I could tell you a lot about it, but it would be unwise for me to annoy your... They could burn me, or even worse, give me to a public library.
How do elf pregnancies progress?
They are very similar to human pregnancies, only they take a lot longer, about 4 years. You are presumably in the 6th month.
Like 4 years.
And if I go into the world of humans to talk to the Archmage, time in the human world passes quicker.
Then your pregnancy will go faster, that's for certain. The consequences are difficult to predict. I am not aware of an elf ever having a child outside of the woodland realm.
Let's hope it doesn't come to that. If everything goes to plan, then I'll be back in a couple of days and we'll know what's happened.
That would be advisable. Pregnancy can play havoc with the body and mind. It does not take a lot of imagination to work out what a turbo pregnancy in the human world would do to an elf.
Thank you for your help.
That's what I'm here for.
Hey,
Until she goes to see
think cheap. How can we both get to Seastone without me having to grow wings? You've got an idea? A flight magazine? You've taken out a subscription to a flight magazine? Yeah, all right. Page 15. Hippogriff stud Aculeus in the Blue Mountains. The best battle and hunting hippogriffs in Aventasia. A hippogriff? That could carry me. Not a bad idea. A pot of gold. Now, where are we meant to get that from? Yes, I think you're right. A hippogriff costs a pot of gold. And...
Oh, you take me to
I have the pot of gold. Oh, I realise it's too heavy. I won an arm wrestling contest against an orc warrior in Seastone with the help of a strength elixir. We could get something like that for you. I'm really sorry about that business with the musical. Are we friends again? Good. Sometimes I wish I'd Well, an object that would make every wish come true. Yes, I know, too much power for one person. This sex that you spoke about. I know that I'm an elf princess. That's exactly the reason I should have something like this. Perhaps even two. Oh, I will find out what you're trying to hide from me. I've got... I can imagine the whole experience has made you hungry. We will get through this I'll be back. I wish there was something to indicate that the book was wrong. I'm pregnant. I just know that I wish there was... That's just what I need. These earrings here. They're sparkling and glinting in the sunshine. They could actually come in handy. Earrings that sparkle. There's only a little... I, however, think that there's only a little water left in... You're having...
What can
Do you know how to cast a spell over a magic mirror?
do I look like a magician or priest?
Perhaps you saw Mother doing it sometime.
Many times. She tips water from 3 different vessels into the bowl and then mumbles a bit to herself. Some kind of elf priest.
Tell me...
Would the bee. Very simple and easy. But elves, humans and dwarves don't produce nectar.
Yeah. And also our...
I know.
Arbor.
Oh, but one has to do what...
Oh, thank you, Arbor.
Oh, you wouldn't. Just don't you go staying away too long now.
Of course. In the outside world, we elves age like humans. That's why most elves avoid it like...
Quite right.
I have to get on. Don't worry.
That...
Right then. Fresh water for the bird bath. If I do succeed in escaping, it'll be a while before Chief is able to bathe in his basin again. Do I have the right to drag him in? He should really have the choice of returning. Why not? It works. One of the symbols is glowing. An all-knowing mirror. In the current situation, that would be more... The only question is how to cast a spell over the mirror. I've never done... There are 3 symbols on the bottom. I wonder what they mean. They're the same ones as the columns in the throne room. I don't know what I could ask. don't know how Cheep escaped the music box. I wish there was some... I'm pregnant. I just... The Hey, I have... Oh, I won an arm wrestle. I'll be back. No, I've already poured in water from the waterfall. Something tells me that I need to carry on with something different here. That looks promising. I have bait and spoon bait on the fishing line. That's as good as it gets. The worms provide a great lure. I always have... I think I fished enough today. There are other things to do. I have bait and spoon bait on the fishing line. That's as good as it gets. Isn't that just... Hey, Cheep. Do you want a few worms? Yes, nice fat juicy ones. I really shouldn't tease. Cheap is a vegetarian and a gourmand. Worms are no more a delicacy to him. No, he's suffered enough. Cheap can be quite annoying. But when the going gets tough, I can always rely. The worms provide a great. I always hang.
Very well, you.
I'm back. Back. What was I doing?
Each symbol depicts a droplet. Sometimes there's a line underneath. Haven't got a clue. I have seen these symbols once before. Each symbol... I have seen...
I like the graphics on this game, they're quite nice.
Nothing for it. Have to talk to Pa. I'd better take the hat off. No need to complicate matters further.
Ivo, I thought that we'd agreed that you would stay in your room.
Sorry, no, I'm pronoun.
I'm
What are you, my darling?
pretty. I am pretty.
But of course you are. You are my daughter and an elf princess. So you disobeyed me just to tell me this.
I'm no longer a little girl who can be shut up in her room.
No? How did you get out of your room? Did you trick Cheep Cheep and then climb over the balcony? That sounds very grown up.
I just left my room to do a bit of training.
Mm-hmm.
You said yourself I've put on a few pounds, and I'm not going to get rid of them by lying around on my bed all day.
Where does this sudden insight come from?
I can't keep asking myself what to do with my life. Perhaps marriage isn't such a bad idea.
It most certainly isn't. And if you train diligently, I'm sure Prince Lalilos will like you a lot.
Of course, fine.
I would love to help you, but I'm most dreadfully busy. A kind of epidemic seems to have broken out in Seastone.
An epidemic in Seastone?
It's strange. We're getting reports from the whole of the Middle Kingdom. Objects and beings have been changed.
What do you mean?
The situation isn't clear. It appears as if some kind of terrible power is gradually moving through the whole land, changing it. Do you remember the story of the Nothing? A big blackness that gradually swallowed a fairy kingdom bit by bit.
Of course.
This time it is much worse. It is pink.
An epidemic in Seastone. Is it wise for me and it to go there? On the other hand, Wilbur and the Archmage are in Seastone. Perhaps I can help them to fight the epidemic in exchange for them helping me with my problem. I can blame Mother for a lot of things. On the contrary, she does the same work as 3 people put together, because she doesn't trust anyone to do it as well. Mother?
Yes,
Do you really...
you aren't really fat, my darling, but you aren't perfect either.
Do I have to be perfect?
No one is perfect, but that doesn't stop us striving for it. Once you are happy with yourself, then you become overindulgent. Dissatisfaction can take you far, my...
Why do you want me to marry this particular prince?
Because I think that will be best for you.
And if I don't...
Then you will learn.
Why can't I fall in love first?
And what happens if you don't fall in love? You won't ever marry then? Don't be childish,
Do you know what can be done to fight the epidemic in Seastone?
Done? Nothing, my darling. It's a matter for humans. We will...
How hard hard would it be for us to actually help solve a problem for once, instead of waiting for it to solve itself?
If Alistair needs my advice, he can ask me, and up to now he has not done.
But...
I'm not.
See you later.
Don't pull a face.
This symbol's on the bottom of the mirror bowl in the garden. No idea what it means. That's Mother's area of expertise. Mother?
Yes.
Those symbols on the columns, what do they mean?
First your insights concerning your wedding, and now an interest in the spiritual. You do surprise me. The 3 symbols depict the 3 different forms that water takes. They are important in many rituals. Water that falls from the sky. Water that springs from the earth. And water that is bathed by moonlight.
Oh.
That meant like liquid ice and a vapor.
What's all this different...
Not all water. If it bubbles out of the voice of water changes.
And if different forms of water...
Then you can create water with powerful magical properties. But it's not as easy as you might imagine. Rain is water from the sky, but as soon as it lands in a puddle, then it becomes common puddle water.
That stuff in the moon well, that's water, babe.
Of course it is.
Could I take some...
It is holy water. What do you need?
Mix a potion with it. It's an important ingredient.
I need it for...
Really?
If possible, into the water and sell it for lots of money.
Well, the moon water's a particularly pure and clean water.
It is true.
I didn't want to trouble you with this, but then I thought, if I'm meant to be
Oh, absolutely. Do you have a vessel? May the Moonwell water give you the help you need to become more beautiful, just as it has always helped me.
See it.
Don't.
Water that spills from the earth. That's what this symbol means, of course. The symbol for water that falls... The droplet signifies... Pa doesn't like getting up early. He always says he needs lots of sleep. Hey, Pa, the day started ages ago.
What? Oh, Ivo! How's my favourite daughter?
I'm your only daughter.
Oh, that I had 100! You are and will remain something very special. The other 99 will be as well, though.
Pa, you're nuts.
It's a wonderful day today, isn't it?
Isn't it a wonderful day today? Again.
Just as the caterpillars cough in the morning dew. Yet, something seems to be troubling you.
She locked me up like a small child.
Have you argued again?
She started it.
She loves you.
And she only wants the best for me.
This guy's got mushrooms growing
How
out.
can it be best for me if she constantly criticises me and forces me to do things that I don't want to do?
She believes that this will help prepare you for the life that awaits you.
I'd just like to...
I know. Your mother just doesn't understand that, because she never had that choice.
Mother wants me to marry this Prince Lalilos.
I did hear about that.
Is that your wish too?
All I wish for is for you to be happy.
Haha, so I'm not going to marry him.
Unfortunately, not all wishes are granted.
Oh,
You are an elf princess. You will need to marry sooner or later. It's just when and who. I'd rather just leave that to Mother Nature.
I wish you could convince Mother of that.
I fear her faith in your taste of men has been shaken a little since she wants to prevent your heart being broken again. That's why she is choosing someone that she thinks is right for you.
But
You shouldn't worry too much. It's not good for the baby.
you know.
Has a zebra got stripes?
How can it have happened? Why?
I don't know. Is that important?
It is. I want to know what's happened to me.
Then look for the answers, my little bud.
How can you be so calm about it?
Because I know that everything will be fine in the end.
And if it isn't fine?
Then it is not the end.
ET7 is the Archmage.
If you don't know what the pregnancy's all about, then I'll have to travel to Seastone and ask the Archmage.
The fact that I don't know means that you did not get pregnant by natural means. And if something does not conform to the laws of nature, then it must be magic. No one knows more about these things than Alistair.
We agree then.
Like snails munching cabbage. Only your mother isn't going to permit it.
I know, but I'll work on that.
Cheap Cheap had to carry a pot.
Hypothetically, if Cheap Cheap had to...
You could ask me to give him the necessary strength, which you have just done, have you not? Of course, but the effect would not last long enough to transport you to, let's say, Seastone.
He doesn't need to do that. It's just...
All right, bring me some sunflowers.
I have a few sun...
Good. Keep...
That's it.
Just give Cheap Cheap these seeds to eat shortly before he starts on his journey.
Thanks. Enlighten me.
Why? High on the rooftop, anger the human. The striped kakadu and the limp laughing madly and turning quickly and they may be clever, but they...
That...
The moth, loved by me like very little anger, the human. Ghosts and dancing the tango and farting uncontrolled are amongst the...
Enlighten...
Evil-smelling merle, loved by me like... are confusing...
Whatever you did to those sunflower seeds...
Oh no! It was the opposite of mad.
And what exactly do you...
Listen to the wind in the willows and the mole and the toad.
Gives the artifact of divine.
Pa, would you have...
I think that too much...
But you have great powers, and you've never used them for...
I could have cured diseased woodlands with the artifact, cleaned rivers in the air. Then I might have chased away the lumberjack.
I could have helped...
Things take time, Ivo.
Doesn't Mother...
Naturally. Does the GNU talk of spring when the shadows... I love her, and if she doesn't change, then I will not love her. I love you both as you are. What?
I've got...
Good.
See you...
We're here.
Right. Now water that has been bathed in moonshine. Aha! That's got... Water that's fallen from the sky. Water that's been bathed. 2 symbols are glowing.
And water from the earth, right? Can't really get water from music.
When Nate saw the well for the first time, he started blabbering something about sky pools, and that was the point at which Mother made Cheep Cheep. Pa?
Yes,
In light,
the striped cat labra.
I've got
Good.
See,
I get water from springs from the earth.
the symbol for water that falls from the sky. Water that spills from the earth. That's what this symbol means, according to Mother, and she knows what she's talking about. Mother?
Yeah,
When you married...
just a few days. I fell in love with him instantly. He was the wisest and most handsome elf that I had ever met.
And if you hadn't loved him, or if perhaps you hadn't even liked him...
Then I would have married him anyway. It is the duty of the princess to secure royal succession.
whether she wants it or not...
You didn't want to go to school either. Today you can play music, paint, speak a dozen different languages and have realized what a gift education is. Please, just trust me. Sometimes only parents know what's best.
See you later, Mother.
Don't pull a face like a wilted willow, Ivo. Smile.
I think I...
We can't get it yet.
I wish... I just... Hey, Chief. Father's... Well? Now don't Okay, here! Oh, I hope it works. But what's he gonna be like when he's super cheap? He's got enough of an exaggerated... Oh, that's overdoing it a bit. I thought you just wanted to deliver the pot of gold. You just... It's really in... Why did the stud put it in there? Couldn't they have just let it... You mean it was in the box already? Oh well. Cheap blind purchased the hippogriff. His trust in the Relax, I'm on it. You've still got the receipt, haven't you, Cheap? The little chap has enough strength. That's a pretty good... The floor of... Cheap? Didn't the hippogriff in the magazine look a bit different to this? Bigger, a bit more griff and a bit less hippo? Is this the effect of the epidemic? Mother said it changed things. And even if this little lump of lard could take off with me on its back, the journey would be over as soon as we get to the border. Without the password, my mother's border watch will shoot. Hey, Cheap.
Anything about humans? Did you see anything about that?
Was something different in the human world? And everything was normal at this... Intimidated?
I can't spell it. Let me... Oh, yeah.
Once I've cast a spell, then... I'll be back... And even if... Without the password, my... You're having a good...
What can I do?
I need a special sort of water, Arbor.
A special sort of water?
Arbor, please help. I need water.
There, the waterfall. As much water...
Oh, it's not that simple. That water's changed. I need water
You elves always like to make things come. You got a container? There you go. And don't start telling me that this is some kind of snot water or the like.
Should work. I have to get on. Let's hope that Arbor's... It hasn't really spilled from the earth. Now all the symbols are glowing. Hello?
I'm always there.
I did summon you, but I don't really know anything about you. Do you live in the water, or are you the water?
No, the water is just a reflective surface. I live on the other side of the mirrors. I see what happens in front of mirrors. To you, they are simple reflections. To me, they are the window through which I view your world.
Okay. And Mother and others...
I wouldn't exactly describe it as asking. They know how to reach me. They want me to give them information, and if I don't answer, they just stand there and...
So you help them?
That is the question, is it? Do I have an interest in supporting either one or the other side, or would I rather watch a catastrophe unfold?
So you'd pour oil onto the fire just because you want to watch...
I could. But mostly I restrict myself to watching. I love to see how things... I can't abide when things come to a standstill. That's when
Also in my bedroom here.
So you live on the other side of all mirrors?
I can look through any reflection.
You do close your eyes, when it's the decent thing to do. Yes, understood. But if someone's undressing in front of their mirror or doing embarrassing things that no one else should see, you do look away.
I can see into the furthest reaches of the world. I see the good.
You saw me giving an imaginary harp concert in front of my mirror.
I count that amongst the abominations.
I cast a...
You had help. You just didn't read.
I'm
the all-knowing seer?
Are you really...
No, but it sounds better than I am the seer who saw more than any other being in the world and...
What do you know about if no one can see stuff?
There's talk of an epidemic in...
It is not an...
What?
It's something that you get involved with.
Can you see into the...
Stories repeat themselves. Other places, other participants, but the course...
Why am I...
You...
Should you not know that? You...
I didn't see that.
I'm asking...
Stupid romance. A woodland glade, a bed in the cornfield, not a mirror. Couldn't you and Nate have done that somewhere else?
Done what?
Oh, nothing. Nothing at all.
That's right.
I need today's password for the Woodland Realm Border Watch. Do you know it?
Of course. Your mother told the commander of the guards when she was standing next to the mirror surface of the moon well.
Can I have it?
Absolutely. I want to see how this develops. And there are quite a few surprises awaiting you.
Which, of course, you're not going to tell me about.
They wouldn't be surprises if I told you about.
By any chance, is the password melon? Stories repeat themselves. Thanks for that.
Yes, but...
You mean to say you will see...
Yes, you will want to help.
Really?
That's when you will seek and find me. In a
Where will I find...
Till then, Princess. But we will see each other again soon.
But... You are strong enough, aren't you? You were able to demolish that... Can you carry me as far as Cease? Right then. The Archmage. Murdered? By Wilbur Weathervane? There's something strange afoot, Cheap. Mark my words. I don't believe a word of it. Someone's responsible for this epidemic and someone wants to hurt our friend. Away to Seastone.
I'm guessing I'll be using... Yeah. Since I was using Nate in the prologue...
My name is Weathervane, Professor Weathervane.
You want to teach us?
Well, yes. Why not?
You're a gnome! Gnomes can't do magic!
I can, and have. During my mage training, Yes?
My mother also says that you should not be a teacher. But I think you're great, Professor.
Oh, thank you.
Say, Professor, what exactly is the magic constant? How long must Veritaserum mature? What can you tell us about ancient magic runes?
Goodbye, set properly. I can answer all that later. Seem to know a lot about magic.
You seem to really know a lot about...
More than you, anyway. Maybe we should switch places.
Maybe you should shut your... we never talk to teachers like that.
Well, we do in mine. We'd like to have answers to our questions.
Set properly. I can answer all that later.
How about you sit...
No.
No? That's... Or... More prop.
Nope means yes, Professor. That's going to... So... The magic we want to learn...
It's time for...
Then I have a history. As everyone knows, gnomes are completely incompetent when it comes... To be exact, He defeated Grandma, the last of the... What was the name of that last great gnome mage?
He was called to ask two questions.
He was called, sit down at your desk properly and don't ask stupid...
But don't they say there are no stupid questions, only stupid answers? And that there aren't supposed to be any bad students?
Not right now. We will,
So I was right, wasn't
I, frog.
Ha!
Oh, man! Master Marcus warned me that the students would test me the first few hours, but I don't know all of these things.
I completed chapter 1. And I think it's a good place to call it quits for now. I'm back to play this later this week or this weekend. I'm still on chapter 1, I guess. I'm gonna call it quits and I'm going to be back with some Red Dead Redemption for a bit. See you in a little bit.